Before we begin this life-changing message, take a moment and like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a new motivational message from Unlock Your True Potential. And after watching, I want to hear from you in the comments below. Tell me what part spoke to your heart and what you'll start doing differently today because of it. Now let's talk about something that can completely transform your life, your work, your relationships, and your future. The 80-20th rule. Some call it the Pareto principle, but I call it the rule of focus because once you live by it, everything changes. You see, not everything in life matters equally. Not every task is important. Not every person adds value. Not every moment is worth your energy. But most people live as if everything is equally urgent, equally meaningful, equally necessary. They spend their days reacting, multitasking, chasing, stressing, and wondering why life feels heavy, why progress feels slow, why success feels distant. The truth is simple: 80% of your results come from just 20% of your actions. 80% of your happiness comes from 20% of your relationships. 80% of your growth comes from 20% of your habits. And once you understand this, once you truly see it, you'll never live the same way again, because suddenly, you'll realize that the difference between average and extraordinary, between busy and fulfilled, between chaos and clarity lies in what you choose to focus on. Think about it. In your job, maybe just a few projects or clients bring you most of your success. In your business, maybe a few loyal customers bring the majority of your revenue. In your personal life, maybe a few moments, a few relationships bring you most of your peace. But what do most people do? They spend time on the wrong 80%. They chase the trivial. They give energy to distractions. They fill their schedule but empty their soul. They confuse activity with achievement. You can be busy every day and still be going nowhere fast, because busyness is not productivity. Being busy means motion but not necessarily progress. You can run for miles on a treadmill but you'll still be in the same place, and that's what most people do with their time. They run fast but never forward. If you want to change your life, you must first change what you give your energy to. The 80-20th rule is not just about efficiency, it's about awareness. It's about deciding to live with purpose and direction. You have to ask yourself, what are the few things that truly move me closer to my dreams? What are the actions that create the biggest difference? What are the relationships that lift me higher? What are the habits that give me energy instead of draining it? When you start asking those questions, you start seeing patterns, and once you see the pattern, you can start shifting your focus. You see, life rewards focus, not effort alone. Many people work hard, but only a few work smart. Many grind, but few grow. The difference is not in hours, it's in awareness. Successful people don't try to do everything. They identify what matters most and then they go all in. They say no to the noise. They protect their priorities. They guard their time like treasure because they know focus is power. So what does your 20% look like right now? Take a moment to think about it. Maybe it's your health, maybe it's your craft, maybe it's that one skill that can change your career, maybe it's that one relationship that fills your heart, maybe it's that one idea that can transform your business. When you identify it, you start to see clearly, and when you see clearly, you act with conviction. You stop wasting energy on what doesn't matter and you start investing in what does. Imagine your time and energy as sunlight. When it's scattered, it warms but it doesn't burn. But when you focus it through a magnifying glass, it can set fire. That's what happens when you apply the 80-20th rule. You create fire, you create focus, and that focus can burn through doubt, through fear, through limitation, and light up your path. Every day, ask yourself, what are the few things that matter most today? Not 10 things, not 20, just 2 or 3 that create the biggest impact, and then give them your best effort. Do them first, protect them fiercely, and when they're done, you'll already be ahead of 90% of people who spent the day reacting instead of creating. Because success is not about doing more, it's about doing what matters most every single day. This rule applies to everything you do in life. In relationships, 80% of your joy comes from 20% of your connections, so nurture those people, the ones who bring light into your world, the ones who push you to grow, the ones who remind you of who you are and who you can become, and stop wasting emotional energy on those who drain your spirit. Not everyone deserves access to your time, not everyone earns a seat at your table, and that's okay. You're not being selfish, you're being selective. In learning and growth, the same principle applies. You don't need to read every book or watch every video. Focus on the few that truly challenge your thinking, that expand your vision, that deepen your wisdom. Mastery is never about knowing everything, it's about understanding what matters most and living it fully. The 80-20th rule even applies to success itself. Look around in any field, whether it's business, sports, art, or leadership. A small percentage of people create the majority of results. Why? Because they have mastered the art of focus. They've identified their vital 20% and they dedicate themselves to it relentlessly. While others chase everything, they chase excellence. And if you want to be among them, if you want to rise above average, you must stop doing what doesn't serve your purpose. Eliminate the distractions, silence the noise, and narrow your focus, because when you simplify your life, you amplify your power. We live in a world that glorifies busyness. We scroll endlessly, multitask constantly, and wonder why we feel empty. The truth is, modern life is full of distractions designed to steal your attention. Every beep, every notification, every ping is pulling you away from your purpose, and if you let it, you'll live someone else's life instead of your own. But the moment you reclaim your focus, the moment you decide to guard your time, your world begins to change. You start working less but achieving more. You start stressing less but living more, because clarity gives peace and peace gives strength. The 80-20th rule is also about courage, the courage to say no, the courage to simplify, the courage to focus on what matters even when the world tells you to do more, because the truth is, success is not found in doing everything, it's found in doing the right things and doing them with excellence. When you learn to say no to the wrong 80%, you make space for the right 20, and that's where your greatness lives. Think of every area of your life through this lens. In your career, maybe 20% of your efforts generate 80% of your progress. Focus on mastering that 20% and you'll accelerate your growth. In your health, maybe 20% of your habits make 80% of the difference. Consistent sleep, regular movement, mindful eating. Focus on those and watch your energy skyrocket. In your relationships, maybe a few conversations create the most trust and love. Prioritize them, and your connections will deepen like never before. The 80-20th rule teaches us to live intentionally, not automatically. It's about choosing quality over quantity, depth over speed, purpose over pressure, because when you focus on what truly matters, you start to build a life of substance instead of noise. Don't let the trivial many steal your time from the vital few. Don't confuse movement with momentum. Don't mistake being busy for being effective. Your life is too short to be spent on things that don't count. Simplify your schedule, simplify your goals, simplify your focus, and you'll begin to see clearly again, because simplicity is not weakness, it's wisdom. Simplicity means you know what matters and you're willing to protect it. The more you grow, the more you'll realize success isn't about doing it all, it's about doing less with greater intention. It's about doing the few things that truly create transformation, and when you find those few things, your purpose expands, your confidence grows, and your results multiply. Life will always test your focus. It will distract you with opportunities, opinions, and obligations, but every time you choose focus over distraction, you take one step closer to your potential, because the truth is, your potential doesn't need more time, it needs more direction. The people who achieve greatness don't have more hours than you, they simply master the hours they have. They know what to give their attention to and what to ignore. They build habits around what truly moves them forward, and they protect their focus like it's sacred. You can do the same. You can choose today to stop scattering your energy and start channeling it toward what truly matters. Choose your 20%, your priorities, your passions, your purpose, and go all in. Because the world doesn't reward those who do everything, the world rewards those who do what matters most with excellence. And here's something powerful to remember: your 20% is your legacy. Those few things you pour your heart into, those few relationships you nurture, those few moments you give your full attention to, they are what will outlast you. They are what people will remember. They are what define your impact. So don't chase everything, chase meaning. Don't collect moments that don't matter, create memories that do. Don't fill your days with noise, fill them with purpose, because when you live by the 80-20th rule, you stop existing and start living. You stop reacting and start creating. You stop surviving and start thriving. You see, when you master focus, you master life. When you protect your energy, you protect your destiny, and when you give your best to what matters most, you begin to see the results you've always dreamed of. So from this moment forward, make a decision: stop giving time to what doesn't deserve it, stop giving space to what doesn't serve you, stop living for the 80% that keeps you tired and start living for the 20% that makes you unstoppable. Every single day, ask yourself, what matters most today? What's my 20%? And then live it fully, give it everything, because that's how extraordinary lives are built, one focused day at a time. If you live this way, your life will begin to change, your results will compound, your peace will grow, your purpose will strengthen, and your time will finally start working for you instead of against you. Because the truth is, the 80-20th rule isn't about math, it's about meaning. It's about realizing that your power lies in your focus, and your focus shapes your future. So stop trying to do it all, choose to do what counts. Give your energy to your purpose, your love to your people, your focus to your goals, and your faith to your journey, and watch how life begins to open doors that once seemed impossible. That is the power of focus, that is the power of the 80-20th rule, and that is how you unlock your true potential. Now, before you go, if this message inspired you, take a moment to like this video, comment below what your top 20% in life is, and share this message with someone who needs to hear it. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications for new weekly motivational videos, because together, we are unlocking your true potential and building a world where focus, passion, and purpose lead the way.